Good afternoon, North Carolina Vinyl Picker here on a Sunday. And I want to thank Glenn Calloway for having me up on his show last night. His Saturday night live show. That was a lot of fun. You can check me out there and talking about all kinds of things, all kinds of stuff music-wise. It's a big week. I found a lot of stuff this week. Again, it seems to be a continuing issue every week, or problem, or concern, or maybe it's just a thrill. But I'm going to be going to Charlotte this week. Yeah, I'm going out to Charlotte this week. I got to go down there. I'm going to be doing some hunting, record hunting down there this week, so stay tuned for that. But let's get right into it. I've got a lot to show, so buckle up, and we're going to go get through all these. But first, let's go through the stuff I got in the mail. So, yeah, I got this one on Discogs. Yep, it's Gentle Giant. I did not have this album. This is one of the later ones. It's okay, it's not the best. It's Giant for a Day. And Miroslav Vitos, he was the bass player. Yeah, he's a phenomenal bass player. He's holding a double neck here. Magical Shepherd. Yeah, that's Weather Report. He's one of the founding members. Him and Joe. I'll show his picture here in a minute. Neil Diamond. This is an older one. I've been looking for Brother Loves Travel and Salvation show, and this is the one I picked up. But this is the reissue. Some of his earlier stuff is on Uni, U-N-I label. I got to be on the hunt for that one. So Jean-Luc Ponty did not have this double album. And this is the stuff that he did with Frank Zappa. I think the album was called something like King Kong or something like that. But yeah, so I was able to pick this up on, these were all picked up on eBay or Discogs, and they weren't that much. They're anywhere from $5 to $8 a piece. And then I don't count the shipping, so you gotta pay the man to bring it here. IQ, are you sitting comfortably? This has got Drive On, Sold on You, War Heroes. They did 2 albums without Peter Nichols, and back in the 80s. I showed the other one last week, so I got a little bit of a glare on that. That's because I still got the shrink on there. And then I did find finally the Synergy, Larry Fast Synergy from New Jersey on the clear vinyl. Yeah, I had this on black vinyl, but I've been on the hunt for one on the clear vinyl. So now I've got all the Synergy, early Synergy albums all on clear vinyl. So then what did we do next? Oh, we went to Mr. K's. Mr. K's used books and records in Asheville, North Carolina. I went there with my son. He made an appearance. He came up to see me, and me and my wife, and we had a nice time. We went over to Asheville, me and my son. We went over there, and we had some tacos, and we had a few beers, and went record hunting. Yeah, he told me that, he said, "Dad, I think I want to get a turntable someday, so might have to hook him up. We'll see." Sean Phillips, his first album, of course. Sean Phillips, outstanding guitarist player. And Peter Robinson is on this, keyboardist. Everybody knows who Peter Robinson is, right? There's going to be a quiz at the end, so make sure you write it down, who Peter Robinson is. No, he wasn't on Lost in Space, no. Wait to the end of the show. I'm going to go look for all your comments, and I'll tell you who Peter Robinson is at the end. Yeah. He played with Sean Phillips. He played with lots of people. I found this there, too. And this thing here's got a little bit of sputz on there. Yeah. But the vinyl was nice. Didn't have a jacket. Look at 2i, $3. I wasn't going to leave Bob behind for $3. No, I wasn't going to leave Bob behind. I only picked up 3 things there. And here we go. Look at this. The Navy chief needs this. There you go. The United States Navy Band and Sea Chanters. Oh, I can't wait to put this on. Might have to put this on this afternoon. So those were the things that I got there. Then where did we go? We went to Harvest Records. Now, if you're in Asheville, Harvest Records is a must place to go. It's even better than going to the Biltmore. Well, I'm not real interested in going and walking around an old building, but if they had some records at the Biltmore, I'd probably get my ass there. Probably. These were $3 records. I'm going to show you the $3 records first, because Jack likes his $3 records. So I'm going to show you Jack. Here's a few $3 records, Jack. Stack Ridge. Anybody ever seen this album? I bought it just for the cover. It's a blind buy, so I don't know if I'm going to like it or not. But yeah, looked pretty cool. The Man in the Boiler Hat. I don't know. Jack Bruce. I've heard this album was pretty good. Harmony Row. It was $3. That's a unipack, so I'm getting it out. It's an issue. But Chris Spedding is on guitars on this album. He's a pretty good guitarist. This came out in '71, and I do like Jack Bruce, so I had to get it for $3. I wasn't going to leave Jack there. And this was there too. Man Jumping. Boy, that's a lot of shine there because it's still in the shrink. But Man Jumping is an interesting album I've been listening to. It's on Gem since '87. I already have a copy. So what I'll probably do is put this in the store. But I'm not sure. But maybe I'll put my other copy in the store and keep the one in the shrink. But don't sleep on this album. This is quite the album from the '80s. And it's one of those '80s albums that I actually like. But then I was talking to somebody the other day, talking about the '80s. I told him a lot of music in the '80s, I didn't listen to a lot of. That's a bunch of load of malarkey, let me tell you, because I was listening to Kate Bush, Peter Gabriel, Yes, and all those bands in the '80s, all doing their '80s sound, Phil Collins, all that stuff. I was listening to all that stuff. So if I ever say that I didn't like the '80s or didn't like music in the '80s, that's bunkus. Okay, so I picked this one up. This was $3. Under Fire. Pat Metheny does the soundtrack to this. He also did The Falcon and the Snowman, too. He did that one. He did quite a few records, soundtracks. Here's Joe. I told you I was going to bring Joe up at some point. Joe Zawinul. Yep, Weather Report. Him and Maros Vitos were both founding members of this band. And Joe has since passed away. Now this album, it's pretty quiet. It's real soft. So you got to be careful when you put it on. You might just nod out. But sounded good. Vital Information. This is Steve Smith. He was in Journey. He was also in the jazz band Steps Ahead. Yeah, Steve Smith. This is his band, Vital Information. And they made 2 or 3 records. And I'm still looking for one more. But this one has the shrink on it too. See, when it has the shrink on it, it has that shine. Oh, then I found 2 Anthony Phillips albums. Now, I seen these there about 6 months ago. And I didn't know if they'd still be there, but I went back today and they were there. Original guitar player for Genesis, 12-string guitar, awesome guitarist. Love Anthony Phillips. Love Trespass. Trespass from Genesis, my favorite Genesis album. Yeah, I said it. Trespass. Some people love The Lamb. Some people love Selling England. Some people love the duo of Nursery Crime and Foxtrot as a combo. Could have been one album. Could have been a double album. Some people love Window Weathering, you know. Duke, maybe Duke. Then there were 3. Have I named them all yet? Abacab, Visible Touch. I don't know nothing about Genesis. Okay, so Anthony Phillips. Love Anthony Phillips. I love Steve Hackett too, believe me. When he came in, Anthony left, that was all good. But I love Anthony Phillips. So I was able to find this one. This one here is Antiques, Private Parts and Pieces 3. And Private Parts and Pieces 2. And these were $5 a piece. So I wasn't going to leave Anthony behind. I didn't have him. I'm only missing a few of his records now. So then what? Oh, then I went to this is a major haul this week. I went down to Far Out Records and Retro in Hickory, North Carolina. Now that's my go-to shop, and I found out that they're going to be they're going to be what? They're going to be doing Record Store Day this year. So they signed up for it, and I'm going to give them a shout out because I really like those guys down there. And they always give me a good deal. And I got a couple of 45s. Got Groovy Kind of Love. Oh, Mr. Phil Collins. Yeah, you gotta love Phil Collins. And this one here, which was really cool. This is the single that was in the album Yesterdays by Yes. And it's the 45 that was in the album. So there you go. But it wasn't in the album when I found it there, and he gave it to me for free. So now I can put it in my album, and I've got the complete set. Or maybe I'll put it up with my 45s. I haven't decided yet. These big decisions you got to make. Scott Henderson and Tribal Tech. Holy freaking moly! This is a burner. If you like jazz fusion, you're gonna love this. I'm gonna put all my Tribal Tech. I have Tribal Tech. I have these all on CD. I'm gonna put them in my store. There you go. I said it. They'll be in my store by tonight. So if anybody's looking for any Scott Henderson and Tribal Tech on CD, and they'll be in my store. And speaking of my store, and I always do, it's on Discogs. It's Big Chief Vinyl 57. There'll be a link below. Just look down below there. You'll see it. And I sell CDs and LPs, Blu-rays, 45s. I'll sell my dogs if you let me. If I get to, no. Yeah, I probably would. And only when they bark. That's when I like to sell them. Larry Coryell, Improvisation from Rock to Jazz, the godfather of fusion. Found this there. I got to get back down there and see them again. They got the best stuff. Russ Freeman. Now, Russ Freeman was the guitar player for who? The Rippingtons, right. You're right, little Billy, down in the front row. Rippingtons. This is Nocturnal Playground. And I have these on CD too. I'll be putting my some of my CDs, jazz CDs, in my store, and I'm going to put 20 in this week and 20 rock CDs in this week. And then every week, when I do my show on the weekend, I'm going to put 40 more CDs in my store until I get them all put in. And I'm selling off all my CDs. Did I just say that again? I'm selling all my CDs? Oh my goodness. Here we go. This is the last time. I sell them this time, I ain't rebuying them. I'm going to tell you that right now. I've did this twice with my records too. So this is it. Concentrating on vinyl, and that's it. No more CDs. Free. Greenslade. Spy Glass. Yes. Oh my goodness, this is good. I found 2 of these there. This was supposed to be in a library. It's got the thing where, unless the guy put it in there. That way, last time he played this was January 1976. My goodness. He should have sold it a long time ago. The guy up here crazy. And then this is the second one. Last time he played this one, it was December 14th, 1975. And this was also crazies. And this is Greenslade, Time and Tide. These are the 3rd and 4th album of Greenslade. They didn't have the first 2. Alan Holdsworth, Road Games. This was there. I picked that one up. These are all on my list. Stanley Clarke, Children of Forever. Oh, boy, this is a good album. So that's all the stuff I got down in Hickory. Now, I want to thank all my new subscribers. I'm heading towards 900. And then when I get to 1,000, that's going to be incredible. The little engine that could, I'm just putzing along. This coming Friday, the new Steven Wilson album will be coming out. It's called The Harmony Codex. I already got my copy coming in the mail. It's going to be on orange vinyl. I'll be showing that next week. Hopefully it comes in. If I get it on Friday or Saturday, maybe I can show it Sunday when I do my special show, the Steven Wilson show. And we got more stuff to talk about. Now, we've already done 14 minutes. I want to talk to you a little bit about Quadraphonic Records. Patrick, the vinyl archivist, or PBL, I guess he calls himself now, said don't sleep on those Quadraphonic records. So I've been looking through my collection and seeing what I have, and I can't imagine they sound so freaking incredible. They just sound so good. I'm going to be right back with you. Just hold on. Don't go nowhere. I'm going to bring a record here to show you. I forgot to grab this before I started my show. And there's the German Dark Side of the Moon Quadraphonic. You see that? Can you see that? There. That's a little bit better. And I found this over at Harvest Records. He had $30 on it. I couldn't get it off the wall fast enough. It was up on the wall. You know how they put the records up on the wall? And for all the great, all the great albums are going to be up on the wall. So I bought that. I never heard Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon as good as this quadraphonic pressing of Dark Side of the Moon. And then Patrick sold one this week from the UK. And I was going to bid on it. I said, well, I already got one. And then it went really cheap. I should have went ahead and got it. So I'm going to run through my quadraphonic records that I have. So if you're interested, stay tuned. You know, most people only stay for 6 minutes. So I'm already 16 minutes in. If you're already still watching, you must love the vinyl picker here. Yeah, Big Chief. Okay. Playing Possum, Carly Simon. This was Mazzy's favorite cover. Yeah. Carly Simon's first album. These are all quad. I like a little Carly Simon. Mike Oldfield box. Bought this. I found this down in Virginia Beach when I was up there one time. This has his first 4 albums, all in quad. And then I have them separate too. I have Almadon, another pressing on quadraphonic. Between Nothingness and Eternity, Mahavishnu, quadraphonic pressing. Fire Ballet. It only was released on quad. So it tells you right on the back here, stereo/quadraphonic. I looked them up on Wikipedia, I think I looked it up, and give me a list of all the albums that have ever been released on quad. So I went through my whole collection. I think I pulled all I got, but if I ever run across another one, I'm going to put them separate somewhere. So that way there, I can show all you fine people out there. This one here is on Passport Records. These band here, don't sleep on this album. If you see this album, they made a second album called Tutu also. But their first album, this is an American prog band from '75. If you can find a copy of Night on Bald Mountain, I think if you love prog, then you'll love this one right there. This is Six Wives of Henry VIII, quad. This was my pick of the week. I found this at Harvest this week too. Yeah, Journey to the Center of the Earth in quadraphonic. It's a promo too. I listened to this the other day. Oh my goodness. I put my other copy in the store. Pretty damn quick. Somebody will buy it because they love Rick Wakeman. Quadraphonic, Santana 3. I'm on the hunt for the first 2 and Caravine Syrah. I want to get the first 4 albums on quadraphonic. And then I found this one. I had this one in my collection, Introduction to the World of Quadraphonic Sound. That's pretty cool. So then I was thinking to myself, you know, if I got the quad albums out, why don't I go ahead and show these other ones too? So I've been pulling these out. I'm going to keep these separate with the quad albums. The original master recording of Supertramp, Crime of the Century. Half-speed master of Jeff Beck, Blow by Blow. Half-speed master of Al Di Meola's Elegant Gypsy. Nautilus half-speed master super disc of Heart, Dreambone Annie. Sounds incredible. Super disc Nautilus. Listen to the difference. Moody Blues on the Threshold of a Dream. Found this at an antique mall for $5. I had them sitting in a bunch of records. I was like, couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe I found this for $5. That was about a year or so ago. I got a copy of this coming in the mail. Tony Williams Emergencies. I'll be putting this CD in my store if you're looking for Tony Williams. That's all I got this week. We're coming in right now at 20 minutes, so be good out there, support them troops. Thank you for all my new subscribers, and I'll be talking to you soon. North Carolina Vinyl Picker out.